Welcome back. We are now on question number 4. And so we are going to find, we have segment AB has endpoints at negative 14, comma 12, and point B is at 10, comma negative 4. Point C lies in AB at negative 5, comma 6, which the file represents the ratio of AC to BC. Okay, so we see in this case, so we have in this case, A is negative 14, comma 12. So in this case, we have AC to BC, so we know that here's A of negative 14, comma 12, and here is C lies between, so in this case, we're going to say we have C is going to be at negative 5, comma 6, and B is at 10, comma negative 4. So we see here from A to C, we notice that the change in X, we're going to be going from negative 14 to negative 14 to negative 5. We're going to be adding 9. And from C to B, we're going from negative 5 to 10, we're going to adding 15. So here we see 9 to 15. So 9 to 15, when we simplify, this becomes 3 to 5. But let's take a look and see if it works out the same way for the y values. Okay, so here we see in this case that, well, we're going to go from 12 to 6, and we're going from 12 to 6 is going to be from, it looks like down 6, so down 6, and from 6 to 4, we're going down another, it looks like 10, so down 10. So here, from A to C, we're going for, or the y value is going from 12 to 6, negative 6 change, and from C to B, we're going for negative 10 change. That looks like a 3 to 5. So it looks like a ratio of AC to BC is going to be 3 to 5. So very similar to how we did the, in this case, when we tried doing problems where we had the midpoint and endpoint, we try to find the second endpoint, we know the difference in travel. We can take a look at the changes from one point to another point to another point and look at the change of x's and change of y's. We see that there's basically the same value here. Okay? All right, so let's move on to question number 5. So question number 5, segment AB has endpoints of A, negative 4, comma negative 8, and B, 10, comma 13. So P lies in AB such that AP to BP is 2 to 5. Then find according to P, show all your work. So this is a non-multiple choice question, but the same approach we're going to take. So from A to B, since A is x1, y1, so we have, in this case, A is neg 4, neg 8, and that's x1, y1, and B is 10, comma 13, that's x2, y2. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do x first to change the x's, so x2 minus x1 is equal to 10 minus negative 4, so a total change of 14. And y2 minus y1 is going to be 13 minus negative 8, a total change of 21. So we are going to take this change in x and divide by, and here we see a ratio of 2 to 5. So we're going to take 14 divided by 2 plus 5, and we get a total of 2. And we're going to take this 21 divided by 2 plus 5, and that gives a total of 3. So here we're going to, now again, we're looking for the ratio of AP to BP is 2 to 5. So we're going to be focusing on here on the 2. And so point P is going to be x1 plus 2 times 2, comma y1 plus 2 times 3. Again, the first 2 comes from the ratio. So this 2 and this 2 comes from the ratio. And then the second numbers, the 2 for the second 2 here for the x comes from our changes. We took the total distance of x's and divide by 2 plus 5. And the 3 here took total difference of y's and divide by 2 plus 5. we're now going to calculate point P, which in this case will be -4 plus 4, comma 10. Oh, sorry, -8. So -8. Erase that, make it more clear. So -8 plus 6. So point P is going to be 0, comma -2. Okay? Again, we want to figure out how we're changed from x and y separately. We're going to divide those changes by the sum of the numbers in our ratio, and then they'll tell us how much each of those pieces are going to be, multiplying by that first number 2, because we're going from A to P, then P to B, right? So then in that order, so 2 to 5. Our next question is going to be question number 6.